A very good evening, viewers. You're watching 6 at 6 with me, Deepak Suresh Kumar, and in this special show, we'll get you all the latest as far as those top 6 stories are concerned. Number 1, we will be focusing on Kargil Vijay Diwas. Today is July 26th, which marks 26 years since the historic victory at Kargil. And along with that, we'll also tell you more about the campaign that Republic has launched on whether to put nation first or cricket first. The BCCI has no answers. And our third story will be focused on the new brigade, a new army brigade that has been announced. And what's more is that Piyush Goyal has also spoken about the recent FTAs. He has called the FTA with UK a win-win deal for India. Along with that, we'll get you other top stories as well at 6 p.m. First up, viewers, how can cricket be placed above the nation? At a time when India is observing the 26th anniversary of Kargil Vijay Diwas, honoring the sacrifices of our soldiers, news comes in that India will face Pakistan in the Asia Cup 2025, scheduled to be played at a neutral venue in the UAE. Now, both the countries have been put in the same group, and there is a possibility that India could end up facing Pakistan 3 times in the same tournament. So, as the nation remembers the bravery of our Jawans who laid down their lives defending our borders, this decision raises a serious question. Can cricket diplomacy justify sporting ties with a country that continues to sponsor terror across our border? This isn't just a match. This is a test of national conscience. And is cricket really above all for us? Because the nation's chorus is to cut cricket ties with Pakistan, but BCCI is prioritizing its coffers over the nation. In fact, to give us more insights, we have Kargil Vijay joining us live, a sports commentator and a high-performance leadership coach. Kargil, a very good evening to you, Kargil, and thank you for joining us on 6 at 6. What do you think? Because the BCCI has gone completely silent. Do you think that India and Pakistan should play and should share the same group, if at all the matches are confirmed?
Deepak, before we start, today's a day to not just pause, but also to feel and honor all our brave martyrs on the occasion of, Kargil Vijay Diwas. I want to express my solidarity to all your viewers. And I think today's a day we will remember with great pride, great honor, and great grit. Now, in terms of the question you asked, Deepak, you're an avid cricket fan, even I'm a cricket fan, and we would, but this is beyond all this. This is about nation. This is about nation first always, in every situation. When you have a country which has harbored terrorists and sent those terrorists to your country and killed your own countrymen, how can you engage with them in any form if because this happened in the last 3 months, right? In the last 3 months, this incident happened in Pahalgam, and before that, we've had so many incidents. But this is a brave new India. This is an India which is very resilient. This is an India. I'm talking about India as an India population, which is so galvanized and which believes in Operation Sindoor. And as we talk, we've also heard the defense minister say that Operation Sindoor is still on. If Operation Sindoor is still on, how can we engage with an enemy country which has been sending terrorists to you, which has been fighting a war with you? It just makes no sense. And I think the system is really wrong here. We really need to understand who are the sponsors for this event, why they've been sponsoring an Asia Cup of this manner, and what is the necessity of India to play with Pakistan, right? As in, where does it all start? Where does it all end? Why? Why do we have to play with Pakistan? Is it about the views more than the heartbeats? Is it about making more money at the cost of all our brave countrymen who died for this war? I don't think it makes any sense, and I really don't think we should even engage with them. We should negotiate with them, or we should even have any kind of sporting ties with them. Also, we have also had ministers from our country, from the opposition party, which had gone out to different parts of the world and spoken about why Pakistan should be declared as a terrorist nation. Now, when you do this, when the government does this, and then you backtrack and say, no, we will still play cricket with Pakistan, it makes no sense at all. There is no balance. There is no method to this madness. and it just makes no sense. There is no beginning, there's no end here. If we go back and play cricket with Pakistan, the loser is going to be India, not Pakistan. Pakistan has not done anything to even play cricket with us. They are only going to gain from this. And as we talk, Pakistan is a bankrupt country. And if India plays with them, India is sponsoring their terrorism in more ways than one. So I think we should be really careful. We should really stand up as a nation, and I think Republic TV is doing a great, is doing something really nice. It's galvanizing the entire nation to think about nation first. I think as a nation, it's not just about you and me talking about it, but it's about a collective force coming in together and trying to make a difference and telling that, these things are non-negotiable.
And Shekhar,
Yeah.
Pakistan says don't mix politics with cricket, but how can one forget how the Sri Lankan team was attacked by terrorists? Can anybody even forget that? So at a time like this, and with also the past having proof of how Pakistan continues to sponsor terror, and terror has in fact interfered with cricket as well. Why is it so hard for BCCI to put nation first this time, at least, as Operation Sindoor is currently underway?
See, Deepak, Pakistan talking about terrorism is like an oxymoron. We all know how the cricketers talk about terrorism, how the cricketers bring religion onto the cricket pitch. We have known about Shahid Afridi in his Instagram stories talking about our Honorable Prime Minister in disparaging terms. So let's not even go there. The second thing is, I think what really works here is for the BCCI. Strangely and in a very weird manner, it's all about the money. It's all about not really caring about what the population thinks. It's only interested in making sure that their ties are fulfilled at the cost of the people who have died for this particular war, at the cost of our brave countrymen. People who have stood by India during Operation Sindoor. So, like I said earlier, I think it's very important for BCCI to take a stand and for us to put pressure on them and let them know that, boss, this is just not done. We cannot engage with a country which only speaks negativity about us, which is and what is the guarantee that terrorism will stop here? What is the guarantee that Operation Sindoor, which started, what is the guarantee that Pakistan will not send terrorists again back to India? I don't think there's a guarantee. We have seen them doing this in the past. Right now, they're trying to do this with India because they need money, they need finance. They are a bankrupt country.
Shekhar, and it's time the BCCI, puts nation first and puts other interests aside, because this is a time when, a very united stand is required. But many thanks, Shekhar, for giving us your insights, especially at a time when the nation is still waiting for more successful, insights from Operation Sindoor. But let's move on, viewers, because the nation marks the 26th Kargil Vijay Diwas, and the countrymen remember the fallen warriors who laid down their lives for the nation in Operation Vijay in 1999 and bit the bullet to keep India's sovereignty and integrity intact. At the Kargil War Memorial, Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi paid tributes to the Kargil War heroes. Along with MOS Defence Sanjay Seth, General Dwivedi addressed the gathering and hailed the sacrifices of the immortal martyrs who sacrificed their lives for the nation, hailing Operation Sindoor, India's last major retaliation against Pakistan, an ongoing operation as well. General Dwivedi said India's integrity will not be compromised at any cost. Meanwhile, in the national capital, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, along with Tri-Services Chiefs and the CDS General Anil Chauhan, paid tributes to the fallen warriors of the 1999 Indo-Pak War.
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के दौरान भी भारतीय सेना ने उसी अदम्य साहस और दृढ़ संकल्प के साथ पाकिस्तान समर्थित टेररिस्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को निशाना बनाया और पाकिस्तान की अन्य आक्रामक कार्रवाइयों को प्रभावशाली ढंग से विफल करते हुए एक निर्णायक जीत हासिल की। हमने शांति को अवसर दिया, पर उसने कायरता की कार्रवाई की और उसका उत्तर केवल हमने पराक्रम से दिया। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर हमारा संकल्प, संदेश भी और उत्तर भी। पहलगाम में हुई कायरतापूर्ण आतंकी हमला पूरे देश के लिए गहरी चोट था, लेकिन इस बार भारत ने सिर्फ शोक नहीं जताया, बल्कि ठान लिया कि अब जवाब निर्णायक होगा। देशवासियों का अटूट विश्वास और सरकार द्वारा दी गई रणनीतिक स्वतंत्रता से भारतीय सेना ने एक सुनियोजित, सटीक और निर्णायक जवाब दिया। भारतीय सेना ने 6 और 7 मई की रात को पाकिस्तान और पाकिस्तान ऑक्यूपाइड जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में 9 हाई वैल्यू आतंकवादी ठिकानों को निशाना बनाया, बिना किसी मासूम नागरिक को हानि पहुंचाए हुए। यह केवल जवाब नहीं था, यह स्पष्ट संदेश था कि आतंकवाद को सहारा देने वाले अब नहीं बचेंगे। 7 से 9 मई को पाकिस्तान द्वारा की गई सैन्य कार्रवाई पर भारतीय सेना ने नपातुला और सटीक जवाब दिया। हमारी आर्मी एयर डिफेंस एक अजय दीवार बनकर सामने खड़ी रही, जिसे कोई ड्रोन या मिसाइल भेद नहीं सका। यह सब होल ऑफ नेशन अप्रोच के अंतर हुआ, जहां थल सेना, वायुसेना, नौसेना और अन्य सरकारी और प्राइवेट डिपार्टमेंट्स सब एक साथ मिलकर खड़े हुए, जिसमें एनजीओ भी शामिल थे। जो भी शक्तियां भारत की संप्रभुता, अखंडता या जनता को क्षति पहुंचाने की योजना बना रही हैं, उन्हें करारा जवाब दिया जाएगा और आगे भी दिया जाएगा। यही भारत देश का न्यू नॉर्मल है।
Viewers, we have some big breaking news coming in. The Ministry of Education sources have informed Republic that the government is planning to bring in a chapter on Operation Sindoor in the NCERT books above class 9 from the next year. In its syllabus, Operation Sindoor, a chapter on Operation Sindoor will be included from year 2027 onwards. Class 4th will also be reading about Operation Sindoor. This is credible sources telling us that the government is planning to introduce a chapter on Operation Sindoor. Moving on, viewers, Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi also announced a new brigade being established with fighting components like mechanized infantry, armored units, artillery, special forces with logistic and combat support. He also adds that the Indian Army is completely prepared to fulfill the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. Listen in.
कोई शक्तियां भारत की संप्रभुता, अखंडता या जनता को क्षति पहुंचाने की योजना बना रही हैं, उन्हें करारा जवाब दिया जाएगा और आगे भी दिया जाएगा। यही भारत देश का न्यू नॉर्मल है। आज की भारतीय सेना न केवल वर्तमान चुनौतियों का सफलतापूर्वक सामना कर रही, बल्कि हम नित्य प्रतिदिन एक परिवर्तनशील, आधुनिक और भविष्य उन्मुख शक्ति के रूप में तेजी से अग्रसर हो रहे हैं। इसके अंतर्गत रुद्रा के रूप में नई ऑल आर्म्स ब्रिगेड का गठन किया जा रहा है, जिसका सैंक्शन मैंने कल ही दिया है।
Dwivedi now announcing a Rudra squad. This is the latest squad that has been announced by General Upendra Dwivedi, and this comes on a day when the nation is remembering Kargil heroes. Shifting our focus, viewers, a national epidemic is simmering on our plates because India's biggest health crisis is here, and it is being served to us in the form of adulterated food. Now, in a recent case, Food Safety Wing of DECO Jammu Division has, seized fake paneer, 800 kgs of adulterated paneer. From the fake paneer flooding our markets to toxic additive in everyday food items, sellers are running amok with no checks, no monitoring, and zero accountability. What are we really eating, viewers? Is this paneer really on your plate, or is it something else that is being sold in the name of paneer? Because that's the question that the nation is asking. As you can see on your screens, you have the numbers there. A total of 10,000 kgs of fake paneer was seized across India. 1,400 kgs in Noida, 2,500 kgs in Gorakhpur, 4,000 kgs in Jharkhand, 800 in Jammu, and 8 quintals of fake paneer from Agra.
By a member of the Restaurant Association, Manpreet Singh. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us. Mr. Singh, can you please brief us about the number of incidents that have significantly increased with regards to adulterated food? We have seen multiple reports wherein adulterated paneer or cheese was seized in large quantities.
Well, it's very difficult to say anything about the reports which are coming in, but there are a lot of influencers who are also misleading the public. It happens sometimes, some people say, we want some money, or there have been some incidents like that also. But as far as our organization is concerned, we've had a couple of meetings with the director of FSSAI, and they have given us some guidelines, especially about our latest. There are some issues about analog paneer and the normal paneer. So we have also sent out this information, dispersed it to our entire fraternity, and we are always, guiding our members. And most, I think, absolutely, maybe 100% of our members are buying products from established entities, so which is very important. Also, we have guided our members that they should, in case they are using things like analog paneer, then it should be mentioned on the menu. And I don't think that any of the organized restaurant people will be using something like analog paneer, because I know that if I go to a restaurant and the menu card says analog paneer, I will not order it. So it's more a concern for smaller restaurants and dhabas and things like that, which may be using this kind of a product.
If we talk about these cases of adulterated paneer trees being seized, so can you brief us about the center or the zone from where these adulterated paneers are being manufactured?
I have no idea about that, because we don't really go deep into these things, and it's not really something that we are supposed to do. If we are buying from established players, so that's all we are interested in, and that's what we guide our members also. And then we should not be bothered about who's manufacturing and who's not, because that is a government job, maybe an FSI job, and we let them handle it, because it does not really concern us.
If we talk about you as a member of the restaurant associations, what steps are you taking to ensure that adulterated food supply is kept in thoughts?
See, we make sure, as I told you, that we buy our products from established players. And if we are buying something like a masala or something, that has to be FSAI approved. There's a stamp on it, there's a registration number. So this is what we have to go by, because it's not possible for us to really test them. So we go by the stamp of the FSAI, and we also, like things like paneer, we buy from established players so that there is no adulteration in it.
थाना सेक्टर 63 पुलिस टीम द्वारा अपमिश्रित पनीर की बरामदगी हुई है। इसके साथ साथ ऑयल्स, केमिकल्स और वो कलर्स जिनसे इस अपमिश्रित पनीर को क्रीमी टेक्सचर और कलर दिया जाता था, वह भी बरामद हुए हैं। करीब 14 कुंटल यानी 1400 किलो से ज़्यादा पनीर की बरामदगी हुई है, जो लगभग मार्केट में 180 से 220 रुपए के बीच में ये लोग सेल करते थे। इनके खिलाफ इसमें 4 लोग गिरफ्तारी सुनिश्चित की गई है, जिसमें यह जो फैक्ट्री है यह एक गुड्डू नाम के व्यक्ति की है, और इसमें 3 अन्य लोग जो इनको नोएडा और एनसीआर के अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में सप्लाई करते थे, उनकी गिरफ्तारी भी सुनिश्चित की गई है। इनकी निशानदेही पर अलीगढ़ में इनका जहां प्लॉट है, जहां पर ये लोग इस तरह के अपमिश्रित पनीर को इन अलग अलग केमिकल्स, ऑयल्स और कलर्स के साथ बनाते थे, वहां से उपकरणों की भी बरामदगी की गई है। इसके अलावा वह जिस गाड़ी से यहाँ पर लोकल मार्केट में सप्लाई करते थे, वह गाड़ी भी बरामद की गई है।
800 किलो पनीर, जो कि देखने में तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये जो रियल पनीर नहीं है, इट इज सिंथेटिक which has been made from the derivatives of plant and animal fats को मिला के बनाया जा रहा है, और पूरी कंट्री में प्रॉबेबली सेल आउट हो रहा है। बिकॉज ये जो गाड़ी हमने आज पकड़ी है, एक स्लीपर बस जो कि दिल्ली से चली कटरा के लिए, तो जम्मू में आके इसने 800 केजी पनीर अनलोड किया, और पुलिस के पास एक रिलायबल सोर्सेस से इंफॉर्मेशन थी कि इसके अंदर अडल्ट्रेटेड चीज़ जो है वो जम्मू की जनता को सप्लाई करने के लिए लाया जा रहा है। जो बस का ड्राइवर है उसको डिटेन किया गया है, police station Bagebahu mein. We are handing over this entire seized product to them. और ये इसके बाद लेबोरेटरीज में जाएगा टेस्ट होके and if it is found unhealthy, unsafe for the consumers, a legal action in the court of law will be taken by the concerned department.
Moving on, viewers, Union and Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal has hailed the recently signed free trade agreement between India and the United Kingdom as a game changer. Addressing a press conference in the national capital, he said that the trade deal opens up vast opportunities across multiple sectors for both India and the United Kingdom. And the Commerce Minister also lauded the inclusion of the Prabhat Constitution agreement as well. Let's listen in to Piyush Goyal.
प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में ये फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट अब भारत को पुनः एक बार विश्व के विकसित देशों के बीच व्यापार के अवसर के साथ खोल रहे हैं। आपको ध्यान होगा कांग्रेस की सरकार, यूपीए की सरकार जब थी, वो एफटीए करते थे आसियान के देशों के साथ, वो एफटीए करते थे ऐसे देशों के साथ जो खुद हमारे साथ स्पर्धा कर रहे हैं। वो हमारे भारत के बाजार ऐसे देशों के लिए खोलते थे और जीरो ड्यूटी करते थे जो भारत में अपना सामान सस्ते में बेच के भारत की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग को नुकसान पहुंचाए। और हमने देखा है कई बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, चेंबर्स, एमएसएमई के नेता कई बार ये बोल चुके हैं कि जिस प्रकार के एफटीए यूपीए के समय हुए थे वो देश के हित में नहीं थे, देश को हानि पहुंचाते थे। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो एफटीए किए हैं, मॉरिशस, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, एफ्टा की चारों कंट्रीज, स्विट्जरलैंड, नॉर्वे, लिechtenstein और आइसलैंड, यूएई, अब यूके, हमारी बातचीत अन्य विकसित देशों के साथ चल रही है। भारत अब ऐसे देशों के साथ एफटीए करता है सूझबूझ और समझदारी के साथ, जहां हमारी स्पर्धा नहीं है। वी डू नॉट कंपीट विद ईच अदर, वी कॉम्प्लीमेंट ईच अदर। और इसी कड़ी में ये भारत को अमृतकाल में एक विकसित देश, विकसित भारत बनाने के लिए एक नया एक मोड़ और एक पायदान के रूप में ये यूके भारत एफटीए सीटा कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक एंड ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट काम करेगा, ऐसा हमारा पूरा विश्वास है।
We have Dr. Ajay Dua, former Secretary of Ministry of Industry and Commerce, joining us live on this broadcast. A very good evening to you, Dr. Dua. How do you look at the FTA signed between India and the United Kingdom? Piyush Goyal says it's a win-win situation. Help us decode this for our viewers.
Thank you very much for having me on the show. I think we've done a good job. It might have taken some almost 18 years for us to conclude this agreement, but matters were not in our hand. As you know, Britain first came out of the EU, then till 2020 it was a part of it. Negotiations were with the EU and not with them. But post that, and particularly during the last 6 months after the Labour government in the UK came into position, there has been excellent understanding on both the sides. And what I wish to emphasize is that in this agreement, which we saw being signed the day before in the UK in the presence of the two prime ministers, both sides gave in something. Agreements cannot be if both sides sit on their high chairs or, as I say, high saddles and are not willing to give in. So here was a clear example that you give something and you get something. And we've been able to arrive at an agreement and sign it in just within 7 months' time when we really got down to it. So the lesson number one for us is let's not sit on high horses and say that this is red flag for me and I will not argue, I will not negotiate on it.
That's right, Dr. Dua, and India and the UK have gotten down to business, and it's free and fair trade that they have signed and they have inked. But many thanks for joining us with your insights. Let's now move on, viewers, to our sixth and final story of the show. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to arrive in Tuticorin this evening for a two-day visit to Tamil Nadu. Around 7:45, he will be inaugurating the newly constructed terminal at Tuticorin Airport. And during his visit, he will also lay foundation stones for various developmental projects valued at over 4,800 crore rupees. Additionally, he will also take part in the Adi Thiruvathurai festival honoring Chola Emperor Rajendra Chola at the Gangaikonda Chotapuram temple in Ariyalur district. Prime Minister Modi's visit to Polbound, Tamil Nadu comes ahead of the state's election scheduled for next year. Well, viewers, that's all we could pack for you in today's edition of 6 at 6. But we'll be right back tomorrow with 6 top stories of the day. Stay tuned to Republic TV.